Hello and welcome to the trade show 4 of the 50th Anniversary SSA show. I am Thaddeus Campbell. This is the Stories Behind the Door podcast. I am standing in front of the Kiwi 2 Construction booth. So excited to have them on board as our official sponsor. Incredibly excited that they've decided to support the show in that way. I'm actually going to walk over to the booth and I'm going to interrupt the conversation that Noah Woolsey is having. I'm going to interrupt him for 1 second if I can and just get his thoughts on what we've seen. It's the best. Absolutely. First thing and a half to the show, I got out of the Monday night. And that's actually now it's like something once a day. And it's exciting. It's the energy of the show. Quite frankly, it's a little surprising.
Okay.
Some of the challenges that are going on is still. No, I'm going to put you on live. We are placed in. I'll get Stories Behind the Door podcast. I didn't warn you. I'm just putting you on the spot. What I want to get from you is just your initial thoughts on the energy of the show, how it's been getting started.
Oh, energy's been great. I think, 50th anniversary, everybody's excited to be here, excited for the concert. And I think, the industry is kind of getting back to its normal and looking forward to having a great time.
A lot of excitement. Tell me this from you guys. Obviously, you guys are one of the preeminent steel vendors in the industry. Also do construction as well, on the DC side of things, design build side. I'm not doing a very good job of being my own cameraman over here. How are you seeing the kind of lull we've had as out of development? Is that starting to play out? Do you feel like we're coming to the other side of that?
We are. I think that, we saw some ease up for cost of money. I think people are still a little bit tentative. But I think that, hopefully the Fed lowers it a little bit like they say they will, and we'll see about that. But if they do, I think we're going to see an uptick in development.
Noah, so appreciate you hopping on live when I put you on the spot. And quite frankly, very grateful to have you guys on board with this spot for the show. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks so much.
You.
Noah Woolsey from Kiwi 2 Construction. His father, Wayne Woolsey, started doing steel on storage projects in the early 1990s. And it was for a very long time.
Hi, Patty.
How are you? Hey, come here for a second. I'm live on LinkedIn, and I want you to say hi. Tell me your initial thoughts on the show so far.
My initial thoughts on the show is that it's one of the best that we've been to.
Love it. How are you liking the switch from MGM to Aria? It's one of the good choice
that ever happened.
I love it. David Paulson, a broker out of the Atlanta area. I really appreciate you hopping on and put you on the spot. Thank you. We're in storage construction, so just be figuring it out. We lost our feed there for a second. The Wi-Fi and the showroom is not the greatest I've ever seen, but we're going to try again. I had David Paulson, who I ran into, a very prominent broker in the space, works very closely with at Storage Mart. And I don't think you guys got to see that, but he mentioned that this is the best show he's ever seen. We're at the Aria Casino, as I mentioned earlier, and this place is unbelievable. It's such a great casino. We had been at MGM Grand, which is, I won't even say. I'll just say it's really nice to be at the Aria. How about that? I am going to come over and I'm going to interrupt my friend, Dave Clark, former podcast guest. And I'm going to talk to Monty Spencer for a second. We're live on LinkedIn. Okay. And I want to pick your brain about your initial thoughts of how this show's going.
Show's going great. Very excited. Now that I see you.
I make it better for everybody.
You do. That's right.
Tell me your thoughts on the switch. Going from engine to Aria. Thinking about it.
I think it's a nice venue, and I think it's very convenient for a lot of people. A lot of the guys on the team have told me that they like it. So,
more important questions. Obviously, it's been not the easiest couple of years we've seen in the storage. The team are on the phone every day.
Yes.
Talking to owners, sellers, talking to potential buyers. How are you sensing what's going on in the industry? Where are we at in this cycle? Are we going to start coming out of it?
That's a good question. I am definitely seeing momentum coming back into the buying cycle. I'm seeing more equity coming into the market and more interest in stretching a little bit. I think that both sides, we were just having a conversation about this a minute ago, and both sides seem to be trying to stay in a place of comfort.
Yeah, you're both.
And it doesn't seem like a really good deal can happen until both sides are a little bit uncomfortable.
Coming closer to that tipping point where people start being willing to get a little.
Almost there.
I just need to go get my.
You got to scratch, claw to get to that.
Monty, the storage and acquisition group, love you guys and your team. I'm going to go full David Clark here in a second. my granddad. I'm gonna have a hug with him. I appreciate you guys, and thanks so much for sharing.
That's good. That is good to see you, buddy.
Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna interrupt David Clark.
You the water or anything?
I'm perfectly good. I appreciate it, Monty. People taking care of me. I love it. All right, we're gonna just peek at my guy David Clark back there. I'm not gonna interrupt his conversation. I will talk to this guy, Bill Citsar. I'm live on LinkedIn right now. You want to show your face?
All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Come on. This is
Hey,
Citsar,
Seth, how are you?
lawyer and broker at Citsar. I used to drive by this guy's store every day going to Tiger Showman's in Elmwood Park. I probably drove by your building 1,000 times in my life. Got a chance to introduce myself to you through Monty Spector and the TSAG guys. I want to talk to you a little bit about the market and what you're seeing and how are we getting to a breaking point on what's been a tough couple of years?
I think I'm seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Seeing people hopeful about interest rates and the ability to make deals happen, and have more activity on our listings and a lot more inquiries and calls. So I'm hopeful. Yeah.
Bill Citsar, appreciate you allowing me to sabotage you and throw you on camera live. Very nice to see
Good
you.
to see you.
Have a great one.
All right.
I'm missing the Texas hat today. You're not wearing that this week.
Not
Last time I saw you, they lost. You wore it anyway.
hiding.
I love it, Bill. Have a good one. Amazing energy here. I'm standing in front of the A&E booth. This is my guy. I was looking for you. I was going to talk about you.
What's up, buddy?
We're live on LinkedIn.
We're live on LinkedIn.
Talk to me about your initial impressions of the show so far.
So far, so good. It's busy. I think there's a lot of excitement in the air. So we're hoping to start building in 2026.
Are you surprised at how busy it is?
50 years. I'm not overly surprised, but I have, 3,800 people on the registered list or something like that.
I've never seen the SSA Cafe or the Tomato floor as busy as it is.
Yeah.
So
It's been great. We're excited.
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Big 2026.
Mike Butcher, thanks for hopping on.
Always see you. Good.
Talk
Matt.
soon. Mike Butcher at A&E Construction out of Philadelphia. He's local to me. It's always nice to see him. Another former guest on the Stories Behind the Door podcast. I'm going to sneak over to the Feldman companies, where I know Mitch Feldman is not there, but my man Jordan is standing alone, not talking to anyone. So I'm going to go bug him. Pull him live on camera. Or actually, our most recent guest on the Stories Behind the Door podcast. So I'm excited to talk to Jordan and pull him on live. All right, brother, we're live on LinkedIn. I'm throwing you on in front of the camera.
What's up, guys?
Was my most recent guest. Excited to see you at the show live. We spent a couple hours or half hour doing the podcast a couple weeks ago. I want to get your initial thoughts about the podcast, not the podcast, about the SSA 50th anniversary show.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a nice energy here. I think people like the new venue. People are liking that it's the 50th year anniversary. Everyone's excited to get out to the field, and I think there's a nice energy, and I'm enjoying it. How are you liking it?
Old enough to look forward to hearing Darius Rucker or no? Remember Hootie and the Blowfish? You weren't even born when that happened.
Yeah, that's before my time.
I'm shocked, honestly, at the level of energy that there is. Obviously, it hasn't been the easiest couple of years in storage, and we talked about that when you're in the podcast.
Right.
You guys have been plugging along, right? You've been growing and crushing even in that environment. Does it add a little more fuel to you guys' fire to see the energy that's happening and just give you that much more impetus?
Of course it does. I mean, everyone here is talking about their deals, their opportunities, asking about someone's just asking us about construction numbers, what our numbers are coming in at. Oh, mine are coming in a little higher. Who are you guys using? I think that everyone is, and plus summer's over, so people are getting back into the swing of things. So I think everyone's very excited to get back to work, and this is a nice kickoff to get the year started. And I'm excited to just get back to the grind.
Love it. Jordan Feldman, thanks so much for letting me sabotage you and throw you on live. Appreciate it, brother.
That's it.
All right, one more. We're going to come over and say hi to my buddies at Whitney Development. Actually, my competitors, so I'm really not supposed to talk to them. But I'm going to say hi to my man, Connor. I'm not going to lie. We may be competitors, but I do play on their volleyball team every Monday in the summer. Connor Axford, underwriter extraordinaire for Whitney Development. Talk to me about your thoughts. You've obviously been to a bunch of these over the last few years. Initial thoughts on the 50th anniversary show.
I mean, great outlook, great turnout. I mean, I've never seen as many people out of the everyone's in good spirits about the future of storage.
You guys do project management, owner's rep work for other developers. How is the mood that you're seeing and the project flow that you're starting to see come through the doors? Are you starting to see maybe getting to the other side of that disruption that we've seen in 2025?
Yeah, I'd say people are definitely more comfortable. Interest rate environment, definitely an uptick.
Love it. Connor Axford, my guy, he's too young for me to let him be on here for very long. Appreciate you letting me throw you on live. I give a shout out to my guy in the back, Dan Whitney. I shouldn't give him screen time, but I'm going to. Dan, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Just really positive energy from the show floor. I'm going to walk around for a couple more minutes. Couple thoughts. This is what I'm hearing from everybody, that they feel like we're getting to this place on the other side of what has been a really rough patch for the last few years. Seeing a lot of smiles. And yes, it's the 50th anniversary, but it's hard to fake smiling if you don't have projects that you think are moving forward. If you don't have development deals that look like they're going to pencil and they're going to make it live, it's hard to fake being happy as a developer or even an acquisitions person in the self-storage world. I don't know if you guys caught my conversation with Monty Spencer from the Storage Acquisition Group, but Monty mentioned how we're starting to get to that point where sellers and buyers are ready to get a little uncomfortable, to meet in the middle and get a deal done. So really excited to be at Aria Casino, one of my favorite spots in Vegas, for the 50th Anniversary SSA show. And thanks everybody for joining me for this episode of the Stories Behind the Door podcast. Very proud to have TV2 Construction. You guys saw them at the very beginning as our sponsor. And we'll be back to normal episodes next week, but really appreciate everyone tuning in. Talk soon.